Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day where I finally put my skinny leg foot on the ground and say enough is enough. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Is there anything you would recommend to building a strong mindset?
When you feel like giving up, you have to think about what are you doing, why. You have to follow your dreams and that's it.
Great.
I will achieve these skills crazy fast because, listen, I've got all the knowledge I need to progress the fastest in skills.
Why does every athlete that you know who takes things seriously have a program?
It's just like intuitive, something I have in my mind.
Calisthenics has a big problem, and frankly, it is so big that it cannot be anymore kept hush-hush. The harsh truth about calisthenics influencers is that their sole purpose nowadays is to only make more profit. Their primary motivation is profit, not your progress. How do I know this? Well, listen up. Some hide behind their impressive subscriber counts, and others hide behind their competition titles. And they like to position themselves as the unquestionable authorities. And what is the most fucked up thing is that they overcomplicate simple principles when it comes to fundamentally progressing in calisthenics. They create unnecessary jargon, yap about simple concepts for 15 minutes. This is the standard playbook in the calisthenics space. Create complexity where actually none exist. But why do they do that? They do that because it is much easier to sell to people who are confused. Because when you don't understand something, but you still want results, you are more likely to pay for their expertise. So I'm bringing you all of the evidence. Skills versus the reality. Many influencers, not many, some, can't even perform what they preach about. Like Ian, for an example, claims to have the most efficient knowledge on how to progress in skills.
I will achieve these skills crazy fast because, listen, I've got all the knowledge I need to progress the fastest in skills.
But yet, he has been struggling with the plans for too many years. You can make up any excuse you want about him being too tall or heavy or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, if you claim that you have all the knowledge,
is that in 4 to 6 months I will do at least 6 to 8 second full plunge.
Then why are you still stuck in a quite basic skill in calisthenics? 4 years? And yet you talk this shit?
I will try to go for a Maltese, which is a wide plunge.
Why hasn't anyone called him out on that? And in Ian's case, as I understand, he was quite of a skill guy before. He learned his few front levers and his muscle ups, but then I presume only that he felt too much of a tweak, just like me, and then he wanted to pack on some size.
And the number one thing is you gaining some muscle. Who doesn't want muscles?
Now, he's much bigger, much stronger in weighted calisthenics, but his skills are still lacking. But yet he claims that he can do both at the same time.
Weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, and train skills in calisthenics at the same time, and progressing both at the same time. And why they're impressed? Because this has been almost impossible throughout the years.
Fact of the matter is, you choose which one to excel in. You don't go around talking this shit.
Man, knowledge. Again, you'll hear me use this word every video so many times.
Preaching literal garbage to people and then giving them your cookie cutter programs. But yet he is still struggling with the plans. And even recently I had a heated debate with a literal world champion, funnily enough, about one of my recent videos where I talked about intuitive training and how every calisthenics guy should learn and develop their intuitive aspect when it comes to training. But yet, Christoph started commenting and told me this. I'll tell you something as a real professional calisthenics athlete and multiple times world champion. You lost me the first few seconds when you said intuition. Do you really think the beginner who listens to their intuition will get results and it's the correct and safe way? As a pro athlete, I always follow a structured plan with specific sets, reps and rest times. Being able to plan for yourself is what makes you a professional, not rushing things based on intuition. At the elite level, you can rely on intuition sometimes. The fuck does that mean? I've done it, and many athletes do it, but telling people they don't need a plan and should listen to their intuition is absolutely wrong. But everything which he yapped about in my comment section contradicts everything that the guy himself has done. Just take for an example this.
How do you prepare for competitions?
I'm preparing like different style of training, something like this. When I'm training normally, one day in the gym, without competitions, for example, the competition is 3 months in the future, I'm trying new things, making also my combos, but more chill, without that too much hype, too much motivation,
Too much pushing
not
yourself.
that long combos and stuff. Doing what I feel, just not preparing something.
When I start street workout, after 2 months, basics, then I start with handstand and planche. I made planche for 1 month and half a month. After that, I like 15 days to learn the full planche. From straddle to full planche, 15 days.
What fucking program is that? If someone comes up with a program like that, I would definitely buy it. The fuck? What is this jargon?
What do you think is the most important factor that's brought you to the level that you are today? Is it your smart training schedule? Is it your physique or genetics? Is it the gymnastics background? If you have to say like one thing, what is the most important of your, what is the secret of your success?
Smart training, I've said smart training. That's it, mindset. Actually, I have a gymnastics background. I am 167 tall and from 55 to 60 kilograms.
Contradiction. Pile of contradictions. He didn't mention any strict programs, any strict regimes, and yet the full plans in 1.5 months.
But just simple tries, 4 or 5, something like this.
I looked through the depths of the internet to find any kind of information when he talks about following a program in his early beginnings. But the guy never followed any program. The guy literally never followed any program. He might come up with an excuse such as, but that's why I was progressing so slowly or bad. But that is not the case as well. You managed to do a full planche in less than 2 months.
15 days to learn the full planche.
What? I know a fair bit of calisthenics athletes. Because, well, I was competing and I traveled abroad. And I have never met a guy who came up to me who is well above average in calisthenics and said, bro, you should do that program instead. What the fuck are you even talking about? I have been in the calisthenics space for longer than both of these guys. And never in those 10 plus years, a single guy came up to me and said, bro, you need to do that program to get your planche looking like that. This is literally just some fucking jargon. The real issue became clear once I asked myself, why would even an elite guy comment on one of my videos? Because I'm clearly much weaker than him, no doubt about that. So why would he feel the need to comment? He felt threatened. He felt threatened that someone with less strength than him might jeopardize his course selling. That is what I firmly believe. But what I found out is deeply disturbing, to say the least. Many of these influencers don't even create their own stuff. Listen up. You want me to believe a guy who speaks English like this?
When you feel like giving up, you have to think about what are you doing, why. You have to follow your dreams and that's it.
Great.
Maybe the English is better now, whatever, but the point still stands. You want me to believe that a guy who cannot put together a coherent English sentence
and then I'm back to the
that actually has some depth behind it, gets to build all of this? What world do we live in? A clown world? A guy whose English is this? Put together the landing page, the video sales letter, built the payment systems, built the whole program, host it somewhere, edit the videos. Bro, what's up with that, huh? What the fuck is up with that, huh? This is just my personal theory, but take it with a grain of salt. Since I know quite a bit about the space and the people in it, I came to the realization that ever since Ristov started hanging around with this guy, all of a sudden, the programs came, the coaching magically appeared out of thin air. And as we all know, no one likes this guy as well. He literally is the pinnacle of slop when it comes to calisthenics. Like deliberate slop, why would you make that kind of a content? So my hunch is that this Daniel Fleffel built the entire web page, created his landing pages, helped him film, edit all the videos. You can even see it from Christov's idiotic sales videos. The best home workout setup with only the Gornation gear. You can even see that guy help him out. So that would mean that the guy is filming as well. Strange. Let's investigate further. When you look at Christov's webpage, a lot of the photos were taken in Extreme Fabriken, which is a Swedish calisthenics gym which went bankrupt. But a lot of photos are made there. And who was training there? Daniel Fleffel. And how do I know it is the same gym? Because I have actually been there. Here is literally what baffles me. If Ristov is most likely outsourcing everything related to his business, then would it be far-fetched to expect that even his programs are outsourced? Why should anyone believe that Ristov built the programs himself then? Because in the interviews he clearly states,
I made a planche for 1 month and a half, 15 days to learn the full planche. From straddle to full planche, 15 days.
That he just randomly jumped to a full planche practically because of his experience in gymnastics. Where the hell is the information then taken to the courses? How can someone who never struggled with the skill truly understand what it takes to overcome those struggles? What genuine insights can they offer besides the basic fundamentals? The mental fortitude skills require, the plateaus, the adjustments needed for different body types. They haven't actually experienced the struggles that average people experience when it comes to attaining or training calisthenics. When an elite athlete claims that they learned the planche in 6 weeks, they have no concept of the journey, what it actually takes for someone with average genetics, greater height, and more body weight. So when these genetically gifted athletes create programs, where does their information actually come from? From the fucking ether? What the fuck? They take it from ChatGPT, from the fucking cosmic pit of calisthenics? Where the fuck does the information come from to a program? The logic completely falls apart under the slightest scrutiny. They are selling you a version of themselves that doesn't actually exist, claiming that you need programs, but they themselves did not follow anything. They just magically did planche for 1.5 months and then they got to a full planche. What? What? They carefully curate a manufactured image of themselves, which is simply designed to extract money from the community, which then they claim to support. Since we have written down the fact that Christov frankly got lucky in the genetic pool and became a monster. Okay, let's get that thing aside. But how can he relate to average people? How can he relate to a 6'2" guy who wants to learn a front lever or a planche if Christov himself learned the planche in less than 2 months? How can he relate to that? How can he build a program that would help that guy? Only if the program is the basic fundamental program, which is basically just the progressions. Nothing else. The basic information. And these literal slops of humans defend their programs, which they might have not even made themselves. Even if they made it themselves, how can they apply their own principles into the program if they never struggled with anything which is in the program? What the actual fuck? I am so lucky to be in the position I am, where I'm fighting literal slobs of calisthenics athletes and making them shiver their pants, because they frankly know that me speaking the truth will hurt their business. And frankly, my only goal is to make calisthenics accessible for everyone. But what do real, authentic athletes actually do? They listen to their fucking bodies, like I previously said, which the little soy neck Christoph doesn't like me to talk about. Any serious athlete does not follow a program. Let's take Mike Tyson. Do you think Mike Tyson followed a strict program to become one of the best boxers ever? No. His coach literally guided him based on Mike Tyson's inputs on any given day, which was all intuitive. Claiming that pro athletes do that is straight up fucking stupid. Okay, I get so pissed. How the fuck can an elite athlete say such fucking bullshit? Fucking stupid. Take Philip for an example. You have most likely seen the guy who is doing muscle ups with an extra 55 kilograms. Wild. I think Ian would be drooling. 50 kilograms? Are you fucking kidding me? He's literally one of the most strongest guys currently up and coming, who only weighs 75 kilograms but does full body weight pull-ups for reps. The fuck? And Philip openly shares everything which he does on his YouTube channel. And I want you to look at this clip.
So first of all, I train for fun. So don't look something special behind the exercise I don't do. I only train pull-ups and running. I don't do anything else because I like what I do and I don't feel like I need to change it. The days that I train is how do I progress, what's the training plan in those days. And in the hard days there is just rough idea what rep range and what weight I want to do. It's usually very hard, like to failure or almost to failure. And on easy days, that's like random, that's fun. I don't care. There is no written plan. That's maybe disappointment, because I can't show you the plan. I of course tried using plans, but it's not so fun.
I learned from at least 19 top athletes in the world, so they're the strongest athletes to exist in this sport. I spoke to 18 top athletes.
Why does every athlete that you know who takes things seriously have a program?
Maybe it's better, of course it's better to have something like that, like good periodization and so on, but I don't do it because I want to have fun. But when I feel good, I only warm up with the muscle up. Then I add weight and do hard sets, in the rep range and with the weights that I have in my mind. Then I do pull up, and same as with muscle up, the weights and sets. It's just like intuitive, something I have in my mind.
And what comes up yet again? Intuition. Learning to regulate your own system to become more advanced. Intuition.
Now you know that I don't have written program, but I have some intuitive idea and I very based on feeling.
This is a genuine, authentic athlete who trains on the feedback that he gets from his body. He uses daily adaptations to check how he feels on a given day, his recovery, his energy levels, everything he checks internally. And he has developed his own inner compass for training, and thanks to that he has clearly made a name for himself. Doing fucking 50 kilogram muscle ups, the fuck? The solution, guys, is independence. My only objective, as I have previously stated, is to make you become independent when you want to train calisthenics. Because for how long are you going to keep hopping from program to program hoping for better results? The better results come from within. My only statement is that intuitive training is the only path to real self-actualization. But since guys like Christoph haven't actually self-actualized, because they only chase the cheap money and the collaborations with their fucking shitty brands like Carnations, making their room tours with only Carnation gear, which is kind of fucking stupid if you ask me, because they fucking import everything from China. The calisthenics community needs more authentic voices such as Philip, a guy who literally explains exactly what he does, without being a fucking slimy salesman. This is my Carnation equipment today. You see this bar up here, it is also Carnation. Fuck you! The community is literally tired of this shit. We need authentic guys who are not slimy salesmen. Just to clarify, I have never stated that beginners should avoid programs completely. Never. Programs have their own place. For some it might work when they are initially starting out. But what I oppose is the dependency of those same programs, which those athletes create and say that that is the only path to success. No, it's fucking not. Self-regulation is the path to success. And as for coaching, I am a firm believer when it comes to coaching, because a coach can intuitively know what are you lacking when it comes to any kind of skill training. So let's leave coaching completely out of the discussion. But the main difference between people like me and Christoph is not our knowledge when it comes to calisthenics. It is our approach at sharing it. While they monetize basic information behind paywalls, I would like to see a world in the near future where a beginner can go onto YouTube and actually get a good understanding on how to properly train for free. The biggest problem that we face in calisthenics is the money-driven content that restricts opposing training ideologies. We need more authentic people and more authentic voices preaching what they think and what has worked for them. So if you are an athlete who has something valuable to share, share it. Speak up. Share what has worked for you. And if some elite athlete makes fun of your approach or the way that you train and share your information on how you trained, then shoot me a DM and let's expose that soy boy. Thank you for watching, and let's make calisthenics great again.